Zada, let's head to Baltimore, where the NFL world continues to gush over Lamar Jackson. Even though the rookie quarterback has yet to throw for over 210 yards in a game, USA Today recently claimed Jackson has the Ravens on the precipice of an AFC North crown. Everyone seems to be forgetting the other side of the ball, where the Ravens defense has been dominant since Jackson became the starter, ranking first in both total yards allowed and rushing yards allowed, while holding teams to just 17 points per game. All right, this is going to sound like a little hate, and it's really not. Lamar Jackson has exceeded expectations. What he's doing is tremendous as a rookie quarterback. But we are burying the story of this Baltimore defense. Right now, it's a reincarnation of what Ray Lewis and Ed Reed had going on. And we keep writing stories about Lamar Jackson's leading the Baltimore Ravens to X, Y, and Z. And it's the defense that's carrying this team. And for the most part, we don't even know their names because no one will even speak their names of who's doing this on the Baltimore defense. But what they did to that Los Angeles Chargers offense was incredible. And we all came out of it, Lamar rushed for 50, 60 yards and threw for 204, and he led them. No, he didn't. The defense did. And the defense is the reason why the Baltimores are probably the team most people in the NFL don't want to see in the playoffs because that defense can embarrass you.
Well, I'll give you credit saying that the defense deserves more love. But they are getting love, but they're just better with Lamar Jackson. So what's kind of burying their names and them and their impact is the fact that how did we get better? Because of our running quarterback who's growing in confidence in the pocket to become a true dual threat. What's happening to this defense is we were amazing before, and now we're A++ because time of possession has increased since Lamar Jackson has been there. You look at all the different numbers of having an impact. Now we're holding teams to fewer yards. Now we're giving up fewer points. All of that has impact, and the only thing that has changed is not on the defensive side, it's under center. So I've been there before. I was on a team that was 0-3 at quarterback, Rob Johnson, respect. And we changed the quarterback because of injury. Same in Baltimore. We won 10 of our next 13 games and made the playoffs. We were left for dead, and all of a sudden we couldn't be stopped. And only one thing changed. We were a number one defense before that. We just couldn't score to the same tune that when we got that impact from the quarterback position. And the intangibles, that spark it gives you on the defensive side, it's not always number specific. It's just we feel different energy. We react different. So Lamar Jackson deserves this love.
Yeah, he definitely deserves credit. Like you said, he's built like the old Ravens were. Even like, when we were in Pittsburgh in 2004, 2005, when we first had Ben didn't pass for a whole bunch of yards. We did a lot of running. Defense sat on the sideline, drank Gatorade, and got ready to go out there and get another 3 and out and smash them because we're fresh. We're sitting on the sideline. We're ready to go. And like he said, it changes your mentality. It's like, all right, 5 minutes left in the game. We're taking off tape talking about, all right, they about to run the clock out. It's over with. It really changes how you approach it. So I definitely feel like he's getting the credit that he deserves. But at the same time, like you said, the defense is being, overshadowed a little because of that. But he is the reason.
In order for a rookie quarterback to have success, you have to play this type of football. And defensively, be great on defense and run the ball. Since he's taken over, defensively, they're giving up 50 less yards per game because of they're not on the field as much. They're not taking as many snaps. It kind of reminds me of Russell Wilson when he got drafted to Seattle. His first 4 years in the league, they had the #1 ranked defense. It enabled him to grow and develop his passing. In the game against San Diego, the LA Chargers, he won the game. That was a great throw to Mark Andrews. He dropped it in on a bucket. I'm with you on the Baltimore Ravens are the only team I would be afraid to play in the playoffs. They're going to limit your time of possessions, and they're going to run the ball and stop you. You got to be perfect when you play them. And he's a part of that. He deserves the credit he's getting.
Okay, I wish then they would tell the full story because I take y'all at y'all's word, and I believe it to be true. There is a different energy with the team. Yeah. And if you listen to any Ravens players going all the way back, remember Ray Lewis caused some controversy when he had said something about Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco don't care about the game, or he's not a leader, and he's not. And so Joe Flacco does emote a total different energy. Guys on the team like, man, this dude only plays the game because he's good at it. He don't have any love or passion for the game. And so I do think they feed off of Lamar's energy. He has a true passion for the game, and you need to have that from a quarterback. But I'll just say again, that defense is incredible, and people aren't telling the story. And so this almost like reminds me of like if people were sitting around writing stories about Trent Dilfer's leading that Baltimore Ravens team, blah, blah. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Are y'all not watching what's going on the other side of the ball? There just does seem to be a bit of that.
Here
But
we
he's
go.
impacting the game a little different, though, because he's getting so many rushing yards. He's keeping drives alive by scrambling, getting first down with his legs, whereas Dilfer would make a pass here and there. He's making a pass here and there, and he's running the ball.
How about this? We were a losing defense with Joe Flacco. Say what you want about how great we were playing on our side of the ball.
Still great.
They were great,
they were losing.
and they were 4-5. All of a sudden, you hurt your hip. We bring in him. We're 5-1. Say what you want. Give that man some love.
Gotcha.
All right, the Ravens' playoffs hopes are simple. Win and they're in, but they're facing a red-hot Brown squad led by rookie sensation Baker Mayfield. Interim head coach Greg Williams is hoping to change his title to a more permanent one and says the team is treating the matchup as their playoff game. This is the other thing that has me concerned. This Browns game will not remotely be a walkover. Right. There's another rookie quarterback in this league that's got the biggest boulder on his shoulder I think we've ever seen from a rookie quarterback in Baker Mayfield. I think this game is going to be really, really dangerous. I think it's going to be a final possession game. You know, you're looking at a 13-10 type game, and, you know, whichever quarterback leads his team to a field goal, to me, at the end is going to win it. Because I do think the Browns love this Greg Williams. They're trying to get him the head coaching job. And Baker Mayfield, I just never seen anything like him with this chip on his shoulder and just determined to prove everybody wrong. Very dangerous game this Sunday.
Very dangerous for both sides. Obviously, the playoff implications for Baltimore, much more grand of a prize. But they're fully motivated because they're trying to make sure they get in the playoffs. They're fully motivated because they've been in playoff mode mentally for a few weeks here because they know the margin of error was so slim. But then if you look at Cleveland, and I can understand Cleveland's plight, I've probably been on more losing teams than everybody up here. I would say that you're a Super Bowl champion.
Nah, we wasn't what?
Y'all didn't win playoff games, but y'all had some squads. We didn't even win playoff games, or we didn't have a squad to even get in the playoffs. But I will say this. That last game of the year, oh, man, it's fool's gold to everybody on the sorry team because we like, if we win this game, we got 8-9 months with a good taste in our mouth. We go into the offseason thinking great things and changing the culture in Cleveland. This will be a playoff game. Greg Williams has said this is a playoff game for us. So you're seeing two teams with playoff mindsets. How will it play out? Best team wins, and I think Baltimore is a slight edge, but Cleveland is fully motivated in this moment as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Baltimore wins, and I don't like you said. I don't think it's a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. But Baltimore is playing at home, and when they beat, when Cleveland beat them before, they didn't have Lamar, so they have him now, and they're going to have to worry about. He's doing a better job over the past 2-3 games of passing the ball too, So now they're going to have to worry about keeping him in the pocket where before Flacco, you rush him any kind of way you want to. You know where he's going to be. You don't have to worry about staying in your lane. With him, you got to stay in your lane. And on top of that, you got to worry about the run game. And then him dinking and dunking you when they're faking a run and throwing a pass.
This game will be a good testament of just how much Lamar Jackson means to this team because what you said the first game, Cleveland beat them with Flacco under center. Baltimore has so much. They literally could go from winning the division to not even making the playoffs. They have so much to play for. I actually think Baltimore is going to win this game, and it'll be pretty easy because they have too much to play for. They can't afford to keep this game close. It means too much.
Right.
They literally can go from division winner to out of the playoffs. They're going to harass Baker. They're going to harass him. The Cleveland defense is going to be on the field so much that when Baker has the ball, he's going to have to be perfect, and they're going to force him into turnovers.
Baker Mayfield is someone that a lot of us underestimated coming into the NFL. I'm not a big fan of short quarterbacks. And so, the guy's got a chip on his shoulder. I haven't seen him in any situation so far that he can't handle. I don't, TJ. I think you're dead wrong about them taking care of this thing easily. again, there will be a desperation on Baltimore's side, but Baker Mayfield and just Cleveland and just Greg Williams, they're just desperate all the time, regardless of circumstance.
Playing in Baltimore, as loud as it gets, that crowd and what they're playing for is that deep. The back four, they're stout. They got 3 corners that can man you up at all times. Up front, they can rush the passer. Their linebackers can all run. They're good at every. Baker Mayfield hasn't played this type of defense that's going to be after him every single snap. Nick Chubb is not going to be able to run the ball the way he's run it in weeks past on this Baltimore Ravens defense, and that's why, see, they have too much to play for. It means too much to them.